Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. So as soon as I loaded the game up, this happened. An entire army of Yotus ran out of the forest in the dark here, and attacked us. This sometimes happens when you save and load. There used to be a bug, and this was quite a while ago. There used to be a bug that sometimes when you saved the game and then loaded a game, AI units that had used all their movement would get a new allotment of movement points, and so would be able to move twice as far. I think that's fixed. And probably what this is a unit that was in the darkness and had decided not to attack us, and then when you load the game up, it kind of reloads each AI's context determinations. And so they lose some of the weights they had developed over the previous turns, and now, in a vacuum, making new decisions, he's decided that attacking is the right thing to do. So we're going to fight. We got here, they're all the same unit, level 4. They are not all the same unit, sorry. Some of these are design number 3, with 93 attack and 69 damage. And some of them are design number 5, which is actually considerably worse. You know what, I bet we ran them out of strategics, and they had to roll back their designs to something a little easier to fight. Okay, so we gotta watch these guys. These guys are dangerous. We're going to be, unfortunately, bringing in the Proliferator Army second here, which does mean that we're probably going to suffer losses a little bit heavier than we would like. This is bad terrain for us. This is very, very awkward. Alright, well, we can threaten the flank. Our Proliferator is going to come in down here, and who knows when it's going to come in. I don't have any idea how far down in the reinforcement order it is. I mean, we're in position to do some damage. We can certainly hit them a couple of times. Trying to figure this out. So this guy, 2 of us will be able to get into these positions. 1 of us won't be able to attack right away, but we can still leave him up here because he can run through to here eventually. Actually, they move forward before we do. So I can make them come into this row, and then we can get more bodies on them. Actually, that's probably a good idea. So actually, I want to move this guy back a space. I don't want... Yeah, I want somebody to be compelled to run to here. Because they have 3 movement? Yeah, that's good. And then this guy's in a position where he can threaten that way. And good luck, everybody. Yeah, it's going to bring in all the Battleborn from that army first. That sucks. That's really bad for us. Okay, so let's figure this out. This guy's up first. He moves to here or here. So I'm going to have these 2 try to focus on him. Well, because if he moves to here, then I'm telling these guys to move there and there. This guy ends up moving here, and this guy has nothing to do. This guy's... Oh no, this guy's going to be able to... Right, they're moving into these spaces, not me. This is fine. Okay, then this guy moves. He's going to end up in the other spot. We're trying to focus as much as we can on one target at a time to avoid eating too many free counters. Alright, good luck, everybody. Now remember, they only have 2 move, so in order to attack us, they have to move into positions where we can hit them. Wait, why did he move to this position where he can't fight instead of moving to this position where he can? The AI is bad at target selection. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You should attack that guy. You should attack this guy because we can get 3 attacks in on him. You should run to here. You're not going to be able to attack no matter what. This spot will be open by then. You can get that guy. You can get that guy. You can get... Yeah, you can move to this space, which is not a terrible space to be in. And we have reinforcements flooding in for the entirety of the battle. They have no reinforcements at all. Unfortunately, they're much better at projecting lots of their units onto a single target than I am. Really unfortunate for me that they had this this magical army hiding in the dark. Okay, the proliferator is here. He has come to shoot guys in the face with gross parasites. So I want the proliferator to be in a position where he can take advantage of his superior range. He has more range than they do, so he can attack them while not necessarily being counterattackable. Something like that. Right? Although I guess they get to move first. I don't actually get to make a choice. Just let's focus on this dude. Also, you can attack him. You can attack there. You can attack there. Okay. I was kind of hoping that attack was going to just straight kill him. Right, that's another parasite for us. Unfortunately, the proliferator is now going to get killed. Because he is the only unit left over here. They perfectly killed all of my other units. Try to focus on this guy if you can. It's alright, we have more proliferators. This is very frustrating. Like, you could have attacked. Just attack. Stop being an asshole. Right? Because he was right here. He could have gone 1-2 and attacked. He chose not only to not attack, but to move into a position where all of the enemies can hit him and he can hit none of them. So we're actually not... We're going to deal no damage this turn, is that right? Yeah, we're going to deal no damage this turn and probably no damage next turn. As my units electing to throw themselves away. Like, this is 100% the wrong move, no matter what. Also, doing 0 damage is the wrong move, but it's harder to criticize him for that. I don't think that was really a choice he made. Yep, so we don't get to do any damage this turn either. Must be nice to have all of your units have range and also totally ideal terrain. Okay, so what else do we have going on? We have nothing else going on before the end of the turn. Alright, let's, Strahd is gonna starve. What? Would you guys try a little bit? Like, just try a little bit not to die. Just put a tiny amount of effort into not dying. Okay, we need both of these things. We actually don't need right away that badly, probably. More concerned about the workshop. How many villages? This region only has 1 village, so the chapel is not super crucial here. And remember, we can't just build those everywhere. Those do cost pearls. Alright. Let's try to lock this attack in as soon as possible. Get it done before that army of reinforcements shows up. Alright, so that's done. Let's get... I can't issue this attack. I'm too close to the battle. These guys? Yeah. Alright, we don't actually need to manual this one since we have no proliferators to aim or anything. And the same is true here. Okay. Merge back up. And continue to apply pressure. They have a single ranger over here. Yeah, they're reverting to older, less powerful designs, which is obviously pretty good for us. So we have a lot of proliferators down here. We need to... Some of these guys need to get up north. I'm trying to figure out how I want to engage. Because one of the proliferator armies needs to run north and replace the proliferator that we lost in the north. We're looking at... We can see 1, 2, 3... Actually, I only see 3 regions. This could just be 3 regions, depending on the size of this one and the size of that one. We might be almost done with them. So we gotta attack down here. Trying to figure out the apportionment. This is an army that's not terribly high on damage. This proliferator's pretty hurt, though, and if we lose him during the battle, obviously, I'd like to have another proliferator as part of this battle. We don't really have to strain about killing this Dakari Ranger. So I think we're going to grab both of these proliferators and head down, is that right? No. We'll have this proliferator army and this group of Battleborn handle this. This proliferator army heads this way, participates in this battle, and then joins up with the Northern Force. That's going to be the plan. So, first things first. Let's do this one. I suspect what we see here is the majority of their remaining units. We probably do not have too much more to deal with after this. So, we want somebody to be able to press them from this side. I don't want them to be able to just retreat around the back end of the of this tiny little lake. So we have a staircase here, but otherwise this is pretty bottlenecked, so actually I want more units on this side. The proliferator will be able to shoot them from up here, although I probably wanted to start back a little bit so that it's not terribly vulnerable to the Dakari Rangers. Yeah, this is good. So the Rangers don't have to move at all, and I expect they won't. You... Let's see, how do I want to do this? This guy runs up here. This guy runs into fighting position. We probably want to ignore these guys, basically. The Dakari Rangers are the danger. Do you want to move up and shoot? 1, 2, that's actually not... Here we go. We can shoot you from here. I wonder if I should try to send somebody around the back over here? They're not going to get any reinforcements. Yeah, that probably makes sense. You do this. You actually run forward. Okay. They're gonna just stay in a tight ball up here. But I wanted to be prepared in case one of them moved out and did a weird thing we weren't expecting. Yeah, it's going to take us a little while to move around, but these guys are not nearly as resilient to physical attack as the Yotus are, so we should be able to get them. Alright, yeah, that one needs a parasite, and also is likely to die this turn. You move around here. Unfortunately, our ability to flank them is a little bit minimal because we're starting so very far away from them. This guy's pretty much just waiting for his shot. Okay. When this Dakari Ranger dies, it's going to put the disease on all of the remaining units, so that's going to be pretty bad for them. Okay, so you have the disease, not the parasite. I always got to double check. You're likely to die this turn too. It doesn't really matter. So you get there. Who among you is the earliest? You. You get that. You get that. Okay. Our units will continue to generally advance on. know why everybody's running around this side. Like, when you have an attack, when you have a move order on a unit, you should never move such that your path to attack gets longer, which is definitely what the guy who was standing right here did. Okay, yeah, proliferate on that one. I mean, this is okay. Make sure we get the parasite. Oh no, actually, parasite's already on this guy. Oh well, whatever. We may lose a Battleborn of effectiveness here, although actually we may not. What is that? You were adjacent to all of the remaining enemy units. Default movement code is bad. Yeah, you have both. You also have both. Okay, so whatever, basically. You know you guys can just stand still, right? It is very strange to me that the default movement order is run around aimlessly rather than stand still. It's also kind of strange to me that that the army shows as being a Battleborn instead of being a Proliferator. The Proliferator should probably have priority over our non-hero units as far as what the army appears to be. Alright, so we are advancing on them down here. I don't know where the city is exactly, but we'll find it. This thing... They have another... Okay, apparently Uska has a garrison completely full of those, wherever it is. That's interesting. You guys are as far south as you can be. Okay, so let's do this battle. This is going to be a little rough, then. I do appreciate them putting the reinforcements in this order, making the city garrison, which is very important, the last group of units to come in. In fact, so deep in the reinforcement order that its units are guaranteed not to appear, I believe. It'd be dangerous if they could. I guess we should swap the healthy unit to the middle. This proliferator actually gets to go first. Yeah, we probably want it like here, where it can just shoot at that Kakator without moving forward, and if the Dakari Rangers want to kill it, they get to kill it. We can't actually do anything about it. Okay. Yep, just give me a hit. Did you see that targeting? It had him by default targeting a unit that would have him running forward into the open. The default code for these guys is just pretty much uniformly bad. Alright, so we want to focus on these things coming in. And most of the units in this army are very wounded, right? So it put the healthy ones first, which is unfortunate for us. I'm trying to figure out like where the best attacks are. We probably want to clear the Dakari Rangers and ignore these guys as much as possible at first. And then once the Rangers are dead, obviously we'll have to mix it up with them. But actually, my move is that. You don't really know what you want to do yet. Unfortunately, yeah, we don't have a tremendous amount of knowledge of what the ground is going to look like. These guys are certainly going to run forward, but they could run forward to this band, or they could run forward to this band with their 3 move. It's going to kind of depend on what they want to shoot. And like, it's actually possible that we lose the proliferator before it's turn to attack. Let's try to finish this guy off, actually. If we work this guy over, we may be able to get the disease spread pretty deep. Okay, they want the hero. An interesting choice. Okay, this time we have a little bit of morale. Not quite lethal, but he'll die next turn. We're getting in here, so we're reducing their morale by having units adjacent to all of their range stuff. Aw, that was a bad time for a 0. you want to move forward and hit this Dakari Ranger probably. Well, actually, I want to get this guy. And then, yeah, the rest of us kind of have to just, like, run into the gap here. Again, all the cliffs in this area are very, very favorable terrain for ranged units, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't get a tremendous amount of control over what happens here. If possible, I would love it if Allegra could run up onto this cliff and fight them from here. She may die before she gets to move, though, depending on how these attack rolls go. Okay, she stands. She's still not safe, because all of the rangers are going first. Okay. Alright, so there's some disease spread. And that is 2 parasite units down. So we are +2 on our guys so far. So we haven't lost anybody else yet, right? Here goes this guy. No, he survives. Okay. We're +2 on units. We definitely want to get as many attacks on these as possible. A lot of our units are going to die, so it's hard to know who's going to be able to actually follow these orders. Units on this side should probably aim for that Dakari Ranger. And you don't get to go until after every member of the enemy team is gone, which makes this a little tough. Probably that's the right target for you. It's after all the enemies, but before all of... Yeah, like move to here and shoot that. After all the enemies, but before most of my own units. So the Dakari Rangers should still be standing at that point. Yeah, hopefully these battles are providing a good showcase of how important morale is. Because a lot of what's going different about these guys fighting us in this battle versus these guys fighting us in that previous battle is just that my units started in urban spaces and are a little bit more grouped up here, and so we're getting a lot more friendly unit morale. I think the morale system is a really, really well-designed part of this game. Like the battle system as a whole is unintuitive, but I think really, really good. And I don't necessarily think that something being unintuitive is a big deal. Alright, so you guys are going to take up both of the attack slots there. I'm trying to figure out exactly how far back do I want this unit to run. Proliferators are fast enough and have long enough range that it's probably good to attack from here. And then you want to put your shot onto... Yeah, I guess this guy makes sense. The units close on this side should try to target him. Oh, you only have 1 speed because you got slowed down by the eyeless one. Well, where are you in the turn order? You're before both of these guys. Yeah, that sucks. This guy probably doesn't get to move very much. Alright. The disease is chipping away at them. Okay, so that one's dead. I think we're positive on units. We've had some losses over the last turn, but I think we're still generating more than we're losing here. Okay, so yeah, you're actually down morale for this guy being adjacent to you, even though he's down a cliff face? That's unfortunate. I was hoping that didn't work that way. So you guys try to make sure that guy dies. You just want to shoot at... Who's this? You should shoot at this guy, because there's a chance you could kill him before he gets to attack, which would be really cool. Let's try to focus on all of the units that are actually dangerous. Okay, cool. We got to remove that guy's attack. Yeah, we're doing really well on parasites here, actually. The Southern Forces is kicking ass. We generated 8 Battleborn there. Lost 3, gained 8. Also, 13 cadavers. Again, like, I'm not using our stockpiles right now because I want to generate a truly terrifying wave of Battleborn as soon as the next eclipse starts. But we have 15 stockpiles right now. Holy crap. Yeah, that's going to be just the brute force of it. This is going to be really terrifying. Also, it looks like blue is barely on the map at all. We're looking at maybe like 3 regions. It seems like purple has been taking care of them. If we can get green to go to war with purple as we go to war with purple, that should take some of the pressure off of us and actually make it a pretty easy... Oh, they're at war right now. We may not have to fight blue at all. It's totally possible. Alright, so let's take the really injured Battleborn and also a random level 1 Battleborn and bounce them out so we're not... Oh, sorry, this is... We're still in the phase of the game where we only can put 6 units in an army at a time. Okay, these guys elected not to participate in the battle, which is cowardice, but probably smart. Sometimes those two things go together, you know? Let's find ourselves a city to eat. So this is a proliferator army. We do need to grab those guys. Alright, who still has movement left? Just you. Probably we still have to grab these guys is this army's responsibility, actually. Okay, and with our 2 new cities, yeah, let's at least try to get our approval under control. There's a lot of single minor faction village regions over here. So what are we guessing? I'm thinking 3. Yeah, these tiles are in this region. It might actually only be 3 regions left. Just look at the width of the continent. There can't be too much more to the west. I think this is going pretty all right for us. Let's have this be the first thing that occurs on this next turn. Did I missed one. Coldremore. Coldremore also has a single minor faction village. Terrible, terrible stuff. Okay, a lot of these villages are going to stay on dust production until the winter ends, and then we'll refigure them. Also, I turned off my grid lines. Come on. Come on. Okay. I think we don't include this army in the battle. Just in case this turns out, like, it's possible they won't even include them. Yeah, I think this is right. This may be just us fighting 2 of these little guys. So, which one of them is going second? Alright, the proliferator can almost certainly just kill him. Although... 1, 2, 3... Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not in a position where this guy can attack the proliferator. Okay, yeah, and they didn't include any reinforcements. Really? That's unfortunate. So now my proliferator dies, which should not have happened. I mean, I guess it was dead at the beginning of the next turn anyway. It's annoying, though. Alright, our hero gets to regen a tiny amount of health, and then we are... done there. Oh, really? That's a choice you're allowed to make, I suppose. You guys got this. Well, actually, showing up to a battle as defensive reinforcements, I don't think expends your action point, so... You're gonna move 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, and then we have plenty of room to attack you from there. Have these guys be the front. So you have 4 range though. From here, 1, 2, 3. So you're actually gonna move to here. And then my guy goes 1, 2, 3 and can still attack you. Okay. Yep. Oh. That's an interesting way to do that. We still get the attack. Yeah, it's going to do a good job of kind of kiting our Battleborn, but actually there's no stairs over here, so sort of cornered himself. Herself, I guess. And didn't actually move back again, so we get Battleborn contact right now. Yeah, they could have dragged this out quite a bit further. They don't actually even get another attack here, because the disease is going to kill him at the beginning of the turn. Alright, well, I think it's probably the case that Red does not have any units anymore outside of the units that are sitting in their garrisons, which certainly bodes well for us. How many proliferators do we have left? Is it 2? It's 1 in that army and 1 in... yeah. Alright, we do need to build some more proliferators. I think that is the thing that can happen. Oof, 9 turns, huh? Well, remember, our approval level is completely garbage, and that has a lot to do with our speed of building things. Because in this game, unlike in Endless Space, your approval level does change how much industry you have. It was a good idea to separate those two things, because industry being way more important than all of the other resources means that you have to spend way more time caring about approval in Endless Legend, except if you are playing the middle of a rushdown from the necrophages, in which case it's actually impossible for your approval to be anywhere north of total garbage, and so you just disregard the approval mechanic entirely. Alright, so the city is up here. Which means that it's kind of not my problem. A strong infantry hero, level 4 minimum. I believe that does describe Karis. Yeah. So we'll grab this... oh, no, it's actually this ruin that we have to search for that quest. We did it! We've unlocked the Shard of Icariel. With only 2 units and a hero equipped with the Shard of Icariel, search the temple ruins and prepare to fight for your treasure. I do like treasure. Honestly, this was the big treasure here. The Shard of Icariel is an extremely good sword. Look at all those stats. And unfortunately, it is a sword that we are not going to be able to equip right now because it costs a lot of Palladian. It's alright, we'll get there. We do not have access to that part of the marketplace. Never mind. We're going alchemical armor into that part of the marketplace. Into prisoners, slaves, and volunteers. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to do it soon. Once we get into the next tier, obviously, we will pursue the unlocking the ability to actually get the new strategic resources as quickly as possible. Okay, well, you guys are attacked. I expect a retreat. Oh, you know what? They have backup. They're gonna run, though. Okay, so that was their action point. Yeah, you guys, I guess, get over here. Obviously, we'll start that fight again at the beginning of the next turn. We have actual garrisons in most of our stolen cities at this point, which is good. It means that it's less likely that the blue or purple will be able to sneak attack us and just take cities. So let's see. There's no proliferator up here. The proliferator up here is in this army. We need to make sure this gets brought forward. And it's going to veer northward to meet up with this force. These guys are just going to have to be a little bit careful until we can get this proliferator back to them. And like, what is the cost of buying out a proliferator at this point? It's only 629 dust. Okay, well, let's push bravely onward for the moment until we get access to this part of the marketplace, and then we're gonna probably make some moves. Where are we at on? Okay, we're We have so few points of luxury resources that we may as well just ignore them. Because we're gaining cost to apply our luxury boosters at a really impressive rate. Oh my god. Cities, please, just like try a little bit. Okay. That city is food neutral for the moment. I want to select, I want to not have the city view open. Okay, they have even more guys. Even more guys. Always more guys. This is a bad winter effect for us. Also, it's a misspelled winter effect, which makes me like it even less. Doubled battle XP would actually be a pretty cool winter effect. Yeah, let's spend some pearls. I'm down with this. Our units mostly level up by fighting. We're not getting a ton of battle XP from our cities, or from the stuff in our cities anyway, since a lot of our units are generated on the battlefield. I'm gonna put this up to like 10. You know what? I'm gonna pray 2 more times. There we go. So now we're at an even number of chapel builds. Okay, let's do this. I expect they will not put any reinforcements into this battle, but I still think it's okay for us to put all of our reinforcements in. I don't think it matters much. And they are running more tiny little armies around. I suppose I want to have the ability to initiate on those. But if we don't include the first Kalaw's swarm in this battle, then they include all their reinforcements. That could be a disaster. So we do have to include this force, and I don't think there's a lot of benefit to including these guys. There's not a lot of benefit to excluding them either. Let's see what happens here. My guess is they are not going to include any more units. It's just going to be this guy. He's going to run to this position, and that's it. That's the battle. He runs to this position, he gets 1 shot off, we tear him apart. Yeah. Sorry, he's going to get 2 shots off. Because he has free counter, right? So he gets to counterattack here, and then he dies. Why would you do that? Why would you run to this spot and try to block? It's like my units want to lose. Okay, so they managed to remove the command points from my 2 large armies. We're going to back this army up so that it doesn't get solo attacked. Okay. So this is over. Hold on a second. Before we do anything else. I want these guys to run up here. Take the proliferator up north to this city. Boy, they built this city all the way back here? Yeah, I mean, we can... Oh, no. This is the city in this region. This region is just really weirdly shaped. Okay. Well, I'm going to have 1 Battleborn hop out and grab that pearl. We got to start moving this way. And down here we can see this city, which has 6 units in its garrison. May as well siege up. No reason to allow them to have all these fortifications. Okay, we can get the the proliferator force into range of that pretty quickly. All right, so not a lot more fighting going on from the northern squads this turn. We definitely want the proliferator in range of this battle. We may actually want to engage in some shenanigans up here to make sure the proliferator joins the battle early. Something like having 1 Battleborn separate out and then attack, and then we move the proliferator's army to the top of the reinforcement slot, or top of the reinforcement stack. Although that's probably not a smart thing to do. All right, let's do this. So unfortunately, we have no idea when the proliferator will enter the battle, nor where the proliferator will enter the battle. No matter how this goes, This guy's going to get his shot, and then we're going to descend upon him. He probably moves to right here. Yeah, in fact, he moves to here or here. Probably here, actually. This would be the smart spot. Can we reshape our force? Yeah, you know what? Let's be all together over here a little bit more. I don't really want him going there, because obviously it's hard to surround him if he does that. This way, if he moves here, he has no attack, so we know he won't do it. Okay, and it's not even going to bother to bring in the proliferator. That sucks. Alright, let's get aggressive on them. I guess, actually... Yeah, you guys can target... Because we don't know what their movement looks like yet, so we can't really make a lot of informed decisions about where we want our units to stand. Now we know, though. Get him. We will not be able to kill this guy this turn, probably. Never mind. Some of our Battleborn hit pretty hard. Oh, and they didn't bring in their reinforcements. Well, that's just really bad play on their part. Okay, so we're going to tear this thing apart, no problem. But no new Battleborn for us. How disappointing. Really? Why would you attack the Proliferator army? Okay, well they are starting as spread out as possible. Let's see, this guy moves to here. The Proliferator can get him. Yeah, the Proliferator can move to there. He's going to move to here. We don't have to give him a shot, but he's going to get 2 counterattacks if he doesn't hit. Like, it doesn't help us to not give him the shot. And we want to start as close as possible. Oh, they did bring in the reinforcements this time. Interesting. Kind of a weird... They're making a lot of weird decisions. Yeah, everybody should mob these dudes. Alright, so if we stay balled up here, we can take advantage of all of the extra stats from morale. Hopefully not take too much damage as we're approaching. Not bad. Not a bad start. You should shoot that guy. Because I don't really want him to move, like, he can shoot this guy from where he's sitting. I don't want him to move forward and become vulnerable, and I also don't want him to move forward and block in our Battleborn. You should... probably... I think we can issue that order safely. I think he will actually be able to do that. So actually, I want you to attack here. I want to get as many hands on this dude as... Like, we want to actually kill enemies. The difference between these guys in health is... Oh, you know what? That is pretty big. Never mind. Yeah, we can maybe finish him. Everybody else, just run forward. That guy moved. That's annoying. He made my proliferator do exactly the thing I didn't want it to do. And these guys are like dedicated not to become part of the battle. They would really hate it if they ever got in range and like had to fight. Some of our Battleborn are such cowards. Let's see, you have the parasite, you do not have the parasite. Okay, you get dead. Which Battleborn is this? Okay. I do want a couple of guys down here, but we really don't need the whole force to shift in this direction. So yeah, I guess try to kill this guy. No, we need to focus on the ranged units. I actually don't care about that guy. Fight him if you have nothing else to fight. Like you. Okay. So they have the ability to shoot the proliferator here. It's possible our proliferator will die. Looking like it's not going to happen. Okay. We're starting to get through their units. We're losing more than we're gaining here. It's nice to be in that position, though, right? To not have to think about this in terms of, like, how is this going to deplete my army? But rather, is this? It might not, actually. Alright. Anybody who can reach this guy should really be aiming for him, because a lot of you are going to die before you actually get your turn. Okay. Trying to make sure all of our units are running forward in reasonable directions. It's tough. It's all cliffs and forests out here. Not a lot of open ground for us to run across. Okay, so that guy's dead. I wish I'd had the proliferator shoot him. Okay, so who is not... This is a disease, not the parasite, right? Okay. We can pretty well guarantee that guy's going to die. You have both? You do not have both. But I also am concerned I may not... No, we should shoot him. Because, right, we should continue to focus on their ranged units as much as possible. I want to remove as many of these guys as we can. What I actually want to do is start killing Battleborn. Or not Battleborn. Start killing Dakari Rangers, but unfortunately that's just not actually going to be possible. We're not going to even get to that with most of our units this battle. We only have 2 turns left, including this one. We have this one and another turn left. Yeah, you know what? I don't... Okay, never mind. I was going to say I don't know if we're going to get that guy, but it's looking more likely now. Okay, so that's another Battleborn for us. We do get to hit the Dakari Ranger a little bit, it looks like. Well, I mean, possibly. It's also possible both of these units will die during the ranged attacks. Pretty low on health, though. Wondering if we should go after it. Well, you know what? The proliferator can't actually get in range of it. Never mind. You will die, though. You, I'm confident we can kill. That's another Battleborn for us. You should try to get this one if you can. Boy, it really sucks that you're early in the turn order. You can attack that guy, I suppose. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Can't believe that didn't finish him off. It's a good thing we had one more unit assigned to attack there. That would have been a really frustrating way to not get a Battleborn. Alright, so did we... Yeah, we lost there. We lost... Wow, we lost 8 units and only gained 4. Fighting ranged units sucks. Okay. Let us go and siege the city to prevent it from regenerating any more units than it absolutely has to. Maybe a little careful there, because one of those armies did not have a lot of movement points left. We have a quest to build seed storage here, I think. And also, obviously, we just really want it. So we actually are still negative on dust, even with all those guys focused on dust. Even with our Empire plan giving us extra dust from guys that are focused on dust, we're still negative. It's going to help a little bit when we combine those armies, but a lot of it is just, you know, being at 0 approval sucks. Okay, so we definitely want to be mashing this button. Want these guys to move forward quickly. Loved if we could get that proliferator in range. Okay. Also, we found 10 whole glass steel. It's a miracle is what it is. They're trying hard not to let us use the proliferator, which is smart. This guy's going to have to run forward all the way to here. Yeah, we have him. Yeah, I don't want to put any... I could put someone there, but I don't want to, I think. I want this guy to move forward to this space where we have the ability to surround him. Yeah, that complicates things. I kind of thought they weren't going to bring in reinforcements. They're going to do that thing that they always do. Apparently they decided that they are not that stupid now, for some reason. This guy moves to here or here. I do think we mostly want to focus our units on the Dakari Ranger. Like we want to maybe ignore this guy as much as possible. We do have to kill this one. Actually, yeah, this seems right to me. We can't completely ignore this dude, but we can completely ignore him for a turn as we focus on approach. Really? 0 and 90? Like you guys don't know how to fight. Did you forget? Did you forget who we are? Yep, everybody stay very focused on the charge. I guess we should probably try to focus as many bodies on that one as possible. Like, this guy does have to die. We have units coming in from here, though, that can kill him as they walk past. And we have to press on the Dakari Rangers quickly, or else we're not actually going to get to them at all, as you can see here. The proliferator finally arrives. Had to show up eventually, I suppose. Yeah, we're not actually going to deal any damage to the Dakari Rangers because they're going to kill all my units during the approach. Okay, they didn't actually kill this guy, which is going to prove to be a largish error. They might help. How much health do they have left? 17? I don't think the poison's going to do 17. 10% of their max. Yeah, it's going to do 12. Okay. This unit's dead, though. It's going to get one more attack, and then it is dead. You need to move to here and shoot that guy. You two can fight him. Everybody else needs to... Yeah, actually, they're coming up with pretty reasonable orders here. Unfortunately, we're going to lose both of them. This guy, of course, takes damage and a half. This one should die. You're dead at the beginning of your turn, which is before the proliferator gets to act, so it needs to shoot here. Okay. This guy's dead. Really? 27? 27 is what you could muster? Alright, everybody focus on the same unit. I guess actually we can focus on either of them. We do have, yeah, we do have the movement, so everybody should focus on this one then. Lower defense and lower health. I don't think they have the damage to kill either of our units on this turn, so I think we should be able to get this one. Really? 0? It's a ranged unit with effectively no defenses. You're going to do 0 damage? Yeah, that's pretty abysmal. The good news is a lot of those units are stuck in that city for right now. And, I mean, obviously, we win, but they depleted a considerable number of dudes there. Yeah, there's no way they survive the attack. I think what I want to do here actually is not do this attack this turn. Because I want the Proliferator to be involved. I want the Proliferator to be in the army that leads. What I do want to do, move over to here. Actually, I guess here, because we need the Proliferator to be able to join this army. And I think I'm going to have these guys go over here and siege this city. And then we can do this attack perfectly safely. Because now the garrison of Uska can no longer participate. Let's take Jaen. Why would you guys not want to be in range of the enemy? One of us dies, and then I think from there, obviously, we clean up pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't think she'll get another kill. Now we are upon her. Really? Alright, well. I was hoping that the morale reduction would matter at all. Apparently that was not to be. Be ready. The battle against against Purple is going to be tougher than this. Purple's force is probably going to be about as heavily ranged because the basic unit of the Vaulters is ranged, and they're going to have better tech and better stats from their better tech. So that is going to be harder. We are going to have a lot of units for it, though. Okay, so we want to put the Proliferator into one of the hero armies and have the hero army engage the battle. Probably what we want to do is have Karis be the one who leads. Okay, and at this point, yeah, I guess we're done. All of our stuff is done. Ranged units, man. All right, the new city. New city needs to build things. And even with our disapproval levels where they are, still not a terrible build time for the Megapole there. I think it's better if we get it in TID, but could certainly build it faster in other places. We want it somewhere near the front so that it can be producing units that just flow directly into battle. My units definitely could reach that location. They will give us a listening post and also the reaping station tacked for a truce. Obviously, we're not interested in that. Let's see, we finished a Necrodrone in Yadeli. Pop that guy out. And unfortunately, he is not going to get over here in time for it to matter. Somebody built a Guardian, that's fine. Guardians are actually pretty bad, in my opinion. The resources spent on a Guardian could produce a number of more traditional units that together will be much more effective than that Guardian would. Generally the case. Obviously, this army... Nope, sorry. This army needs to be second on the reinforcements. Kari Ranger 13. They've really been fiddling with this design a lot in order to produce a unit that is basically the same as the units we've seen so far. I almost want to retreat here, just so that we can start this battle correctly. Because we stand to lose a lot of units fighting them, pretty much no matter how we do it. Although this way, I guess they don't have the fortification. Yeah, I mean, we'll just go for it. I'm thinking that after we take this city, we may accept their truce, and then just, you know, pay the influence cost to declare war on them again out of the truce to take their last city, because I do want free technology. Alright, well, I think you guys are reasonably well positioned. There's not really a lot we can do here. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I think them bringing in their reinforcements is a bad move or not. It definitely hurts them in the sense that they will not get to use their reinforcements, or their, man, why can I not words today? Their fortification on all of these archers. But getting to fight me as effectively as possible before the proliferator shows up is probably good for them. I guess this guy actually should be our target, because that guy's going to run in front of his teammates to get fire on us. We should be ready to punish him for doing so. This guy's also going to have to run forward. But, like, we also need to be moving units toward their reinforcement slots. Okay, splitting their fire a little bit. That's probably good for us. This positioning is bad for us. That was a good move on his part. Well, they're all carrying the disease now. They're also immune to damage, which is rough. A lot easier to kill an enemy who's not immune to damage. Alright, so we are going to be able to actually start shooting at the powerful archers now. Yes, these guys are pretty dangerous, though. I should have my ranged units helping with the kill. People who can attack the Dakari Rangers should. Everybody else should get real used to fighting whatever's nearby. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that guy to run all the way across the battlefield there. Yeah, we may need to assimilate a proper ranged unit soon. Okay. Only one more of those things is still alive. The proliferator has shown up, finally. It does just barely have the range to hit this guy, but a bunch of Battleborn go before it does, which is strange. Obviously, we want to get damage on him, but I don't want to get too much damage on him. And make sure the Parasite gets to hit him, because otherwise our Proliferator just doesn't get to attack this turn, and obviously that's not acceptable. And 0? Really? You could have ended it, man. You could have finally put that guy down. Okay. Definitely attack him. Definitely keep focusing. Alright, the hard part of the battle is over. Okay. That's the best case scenario there. The thing having 4 health left on the Proliferator's turn. I'm just going to have the proliferator shoot at this one. But honestly, at this point, strategy is sort of over. We are upon them, and now it is just a matter of biting. Always biting, always chewing. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that thing's gonna survive and prevent a new unit from spawning on this space. It's dead before it can deal any damage. That's not a concern. But I was hoping we could get another spawn there so that we could kill 2 units this turn. Oh well. Actually, we may not even get 1 unit this turn. 10 health, man. That sucks. Okay, you absolutely can join this army. Stop being difficult. So, let's go ahead and take the city. Wait. Okay, you guys have enough move to join that battle. I guess what we want to do here probably is... You know, I'm trying to min-max the number of soldiers that are involved in the battle for Madanev. Enough. We have enough. I don't need to worry about this much. Let us go to. Alright, Uska's reinforcements are able to join the battle despite the fact that it is sieged, which is weird, because that's not how that works, generally. Units that are inside of this siege cordon should not be able to participate in this battle. It's not a big deal. It's better for us if they do, actually. But that's definitely not the way the game works. Or the game has worked. There may be some stuff that's different because of the community patch. They may have reworked the rules on all that. I mean, why do our reinforcement slots have to be all the way over here? And then they get to start in this other city that is sieged separately? Like, this is very annoying. There are a lot of things about this that not only are working unintuitively, but are working the opposite of the way they used to work. Which is the worst kind of unintuitive. We need to focus as many attacks as possible. Ranger is like all the way back in here. I am so bummed out that she survived with 10 health. Where are you going? You know that's the wrong direction. Alright, well, we will be on the Ranger this next turn, although honestly, we may not be able to kill her. She is pretty deep in safe territory here. I hit her hard enough. If the proliferator hits her for at least 26. Okay, she's dead at the beginning of her turn from the disease then. I believe. Yeah, okay. So the proliferator needs to hit that guy next, and we don't. There's not really a lot of strategy to apply at this point. Yeah, all of our Battleborn are faster than the Proliferator now, and that's a real problem. We may need to give the Proliferator, like, glass steel gear to get his initiative up. Okay, so once our units finally finish killing this guy, we gained pretty significantly here. Was the only unit that we lost the hero who's going to last stand? This may have been a purely positive battle for us. Yep, nobody actually died. Alright, so let's take several of these Battleborn, transfer them into that army. So I don't exactly remember how this works. I know how this works in Endless Space. Basically, I want to take his offer of a truce, provided that I can immediately redeclare, which I think is the case. I think you can immediately redeclare. It's just expensive to do so. But we have influence. That is not a problem. You guys can also come up here. Some of these guys need to get moved aside. May as well start heading to the east, because that is where we need to be. I think the listening post that we got out of this, we're going to lose instantly. But I like free technology, and that's a good tech, too. Let's, you know what? Because I don't remember how this works, I'm gonna save real quick here. And then we are going to accept, and if I can't declare war on him immediately out of the truce, we'll just reload. So, he's given us access to a huge amount of resources. Hold on, let's queue up mining. We have extractors already running. I do still want to finish Slaves and Volunteers, is that right? I kind of do. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to skip that. We'll get into this. We have the extractors up already in his territory. It's just a matter of figuring out how they work. And then... Wow, it's really expensive. Let's see what it looks like next turn. Because obviously that's going to come down over a turn. Here in Madanav, we do this. I'm willing to trade a lot of influence for tech at this point in the game. He's regenerating his fortifications, but not very quickly. We're giving him like a turn or two to recover here. Apparently we only need 29 regions for an expansion victory. Oh. Acquiring new boroughs through conquering counts as constructing new boroughs. Weird. I don't know what those guys are doing, but I don't care for it. There's a region over here. I assume this is a sea region. Where's this, okay, we gained a listening post all the way out here. It's going to give us a very small amount of Red Sang and Palladian. Also, Ozek the Chosen has finally gotten to level 2. You're doing it, Ozek. We all believe in you. Need science and also science, and sometimes even more. Even more science. Okay, why did you stop moving? Finish joining that army. How much did the cost of negating that truce come down? None. It actually came down none. I assume that it reduces over time. I mean, we can start moving units toward blue. We do not have to... We don't have to keep everybody here. That's a borough, right? Yeah. We do want to stay at least in range with most of our units. We don't have to keep everybody. Because I would like to keep this this free tech that we've gotten. I think this is valuable. Maybe I'm being greedy here. The thing is, it's a good technology, and we've gotten some luxury resources. Once the turn flips over here, we'll just hop in and see what we generated small amounts of. So we're getting Red saying just from the fortress. Actually, is grass silk the only new luxury that we have access to? It looks like it is. Alright, purple's closed their borders to us. I think that they're going to find that that's not quite going to do it. Yeah, it's weird that the cost of this is not coming down at all. I don't really want to divert people from other stuff. Yeah, maybe we should just not take the truce then. I wasn't expecting the, wasn't expecting this to not budge at all. Alright, we've got proper smelting facilities now. Oh, 1366. It is coming down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna load that checkpoint we made. In Endless Space 2, you can declare war immediately after going to truce, and it's more expensive than declaring war in normal situations, but it's not that much more expensive. In fact, I think that's maybe a part of Endless Space 2 that could use a little bit of tweaking, though, because it really, like, the penalty for declaring war immediately out of a truce is so low that truces effectively mean nothing. Sorry, truces from a player effectively mean nothing. The AI tends to abide by its truces, even though there is no mechanical reinforcement for doing so. So we'll just get we'll get that technology the hard way. The slow, hard, boring way. Study. I guess many members of our nation are not actually necrophages, and we can't eat all of them at the same time. We only have so many mouths. So the ones that are not getting eaten, they can study for us. Okay, so we refuse your offer. And we hit enter. And then we remember that we just took a city, so of course we have other things to do before the turn ends. Then we hit enter. Alright, so it's turn 55, and we've eliminated 2 players. It was a pretty good start. Purple closes their borders. We complete this quest. We wounded a red spy, decreasing our morale. Doesn't much matter. Of course, the spy actions always succeed. It's just a matter of whether the spy gets away afterward, which in this case they did not. Let's put the other hero army in second. Get used to seeing battle screens that look like that. Just 10 million Battleborn. Okay, I get that you guys love morale. Listen, I like morale as well. But we do have to be able to fight the enemies. Yeah, this is close enough for me to get shots off. And our hero's just going to get splattered no matter what. He's definitely dead. Okay, absolutely everybody is focused on the archers. I guess this is a cliff. We have to come up around this side. Yeah, that's very annoying. I guess getting through the back over here also works. Why do you have negative morale? You're by yourself. What is going on here? I'm gonna assume it's a display bug? Can't imagine. Oh, no, units, right. A spy just did a decreased morale operation on us. That's why. Okay, I would love it if you guys could not deal 0 damage. This would be a really good time for you to, like, do actual damage. Alright, so this Dakari Ranger's probably dead, although the fact that she gets a full turn beforehand augmented by many other archer turns, makes me a little nervous. I think there's some possibility here that we just lose this unit before it gets a turn, and as such, it does not, in fact, kill that archer. Yep, there we go. We prepared for this, though. So now we have the parasite on a couple of their archers up here. We just have to actually get them dead. Also, our hero got in there, which is cool. Really wish you guys would not completely lose focus every time an enemy gets near you. I don't particularly care about this random militia. Yeah, fine, okay. You can attack the militia. You have no other choices. The good news is we've managed to get the disease now spread pretty deep in there. I definitely thought I had this guy attacking archers. So you're dead. You might live. Where are all the units that are before you? Way back there. Up here. Way back there. Trying to figure out if this militia guy is still going to be alive on the proliferator's turn. And the answer is, it totally could be. Alright. Yeah, it sucks to have to fight a lot of ranged units when you only have 2 move. And literally all of your units only have 2 move. Really? 25? This is the time where you want to do 25 damage? See, we have units doing things like that, but this guy had an attack on a unit that he was targeting, and he instead decided to walk to the side. Like, what if I did nothing this turn, though? Wouldn't that be good? Like, none of your units should target enemy infantry by default. If there are ranged units around, it is always right to attack the ranged units. Actually, you also attack here, like... Everybody try to kill this archer. Okay, well, that was a huge embarrassment. Just really terrible play, guys. Really, really horrible job. Then they attack us in a way that is just suicide. I'll allow it. Our units do their best to line up in a way where they won't be able to attack the enemy. See, this is ridiculous. This unit is both farther away and just a much worse type of unit to attack, both in the sense that militia are bad and can almost always be ignored, and in the sense that it is not a ranged unit while there is a ranged unit. You guys are lucky I'm here. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of action points. So, despite the fact that this city is now is now empty and with 0 fortification, I think we may not be able to take it until next turn. Look at that, most of them have figured out that you can stand still. Is there an army in movement range that was out of attack range? Not quite. Okay. Well, the good news is that nobody needs to hang around. Because the city is under siege, it will not regenerate any new units. So there's a pretty good chance that next turn the garrison is still going to be empty. They could be building something right now. That's totally possible. But I do not think they could be building enough things for us to have to actually keep any units in place here. So we'll start moving toward Blue's territory. That Dust Eclipse is going to start up any minute now. Very, very, very slightly positive on Dust. Alright, I'd be lying if I said I was, like, super happy with the way things are working out here, but at least they're working out. Oh, and here we have 2 heiresses. These guys are not going to be very good. Oh, you know what, though? We do at least have their design, so we can retrofit them, because that is our currently simulated minor faction. Also, in all this space, we didn't manage to pick up any more heiresses villages, huh? Yapoli... Roads and Dust. Science and Roads and Dust. And also chitin and mandibles. These are the only things we care about. Alright, let's finish off Uska, put red away, and then we can call the video there. This definitely turned out to be more of a toll on us than I was expecting. Okay, we did it. The Empire of Madu lives on only in tales, except we're not really big storytellers. So it would be more correct to say the Empire of Madu does not live at all. What are you doing with this settler? There is no territory over here available to you. We actually should probably have this Battleborn just back off, because there's a lot of weirdly unexplored territory over here. Stuff we did not ever bother to move armies into. We need to check that all out. So, we got access to a lot of Palladian and Adamantian, and unfortunately just a tiny little bit of Grass Silk and Moonleaf. Obviously, the only tech that matters right now is Smelting Station. These are running without the Smelting Station tech, actually. I was expecting them not to. I thought I remembered that being how that worked. Apparently, I misremember? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm not 100% convinced. It looks like actually green's making headway against purple. That's good for us. Well, I mean, that's maybe good for us. We'll have to see. We do still have a number of locations where we could build extractors. Like, it still makes sense to finish Smelting Station. And then after Smelting Station, I don't know. Possibly right into even better weapons? Maybe into bread and circuses. That would be pretty cool. We're not really going to have that much Adamantian and Palladian to play with yet. Alright, and mostly we just need to get people up to here. Up to Blue's territory so that we can show them what is what. We do need to rebuild our proliferators. We don't have enough proliferators, so that's a thing that we will have to figure out as the next episode begins. Probably what we're looking at is a buyout or two. We have a proliferator building, I think just one right now, but that's That is a proliferator for the wave after the wave we're thinking about now. Okay, we got to move a little bit more quickly than that. Also, do need to keep pushing science, although honestly our research rate is pretty good. It could be even better. So you're building that. Yeah, I don't think that we're in tremendous danger from declaring war on blue. I think that blue's pretty contained. It'll be when we have to start in on purple that things will get risky again. But research era 3, 2 players removed. It's turn 56. I think we're doing all right. Oh, we should probably have these guys heading toward the coming conflict. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. This is an okay number of regions to have for turn 56. Things are turning around on us a little bit, but only in the sense that we're going from by far the most powerful faction on the table to only by a little bit the most powerful faction on the table. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Honestly, we might be able to devour another whole player in the next video. We'll see you then.